no, this is not okay. First cousins, you can't do this in a movie. This is part of the Godfather, Godfather Part 3. His daughter Mary, Michael's daughter Mary, and her first cousin, who I don't remember from the first movies, he just kind of magically appeared. That's her first cousin. There's this forbidden relationship that starts happening. Hey cuz, and then they end up in that kitchen making gnocchi, which one thing leads to another. Unfortunately, they leave things to our imagination, which I don't want to think about. First cousins! No! You can't do that! Like, it'd be one thing if it were like some kind of weird movie where like the bad guy, like it shows him off later on in his compound, and then his girlfriend is really his first cousin, and you kind of like, okay, I'll accept that. But no, Michael's daughter, Mary, and her first cousin. No! Why is every Godfather 3 review on the internet not making a big deal about this? Now I get it. This movie came out on Christmas Day of 1990. That's a long time ago. Which, by the way, Goodfellas came out just a few months before on September 19th of the same year. Superior movie. Too bad Godfather Part 3 couldn't have been Goodfellas, because Goodfellas is alright. By the way, part of the reason why it's relevant for us to be talking about Godfather 3 right now is because this year, finally in 2018, and I've been searching it every couple months. Now on Netflix, you can finally watch the Godfather movies on Netflix and Goodfellas. They all came out at the same time. These are movies I have never seen in my entire life until right now. I saw all 4 of those movies, all averaging about 3 hours long. I saw them all within 7 days. I could have watched a whole season like Stranger Things and spent less time than I did watching these movies. But I watched them all for the first time. I'd never seen any of them. I saw them all at once. So they're all very fresh on my mind, and it was my first time to see them. I guess it bothers me that people don't talk about the first cousin thing in this movie. What people talk about, why it's not a good movie, is they want to say, well, it was an unnecessary sequel and the acting was bad, you know, and all this stuff. Yeah, but that pales in comparison to the fact that we're supposed to just go along with Mary and her first cousin. No, you don't do, no. Look, I was born and raised in Alabama, okay? So like after I got out, and, you know, got into the real world job, college, all that, what do you think people said about it? Oh, you're from Alabama? Well, I bet your first cousin's cute. I bet all those stupid comments that people make. I heard that sort of stuff because I'm from Alabama. And if you're from the South, people say that to you if they're from the North or whatever. And it's fine. It doesn't bother me. But here it is, first cousins. And they act on it. And no! And the pasta and the gnocchi, no! They're trying, it was, because like the ghost scene, I guess that was the same year with the Patrick Swayze and the clay pot and the, no, but the, first cousins and gnocchi and no! Okay, so there is a documentary that I've seen on Netflix called Back in Time. And it's a documentary about how they made and the culture of the Back to the Future movies. And on there, they interview Robert Zemeckis, they interview Steven Spielberg, and they had talked about on there, would there ever be a Back to the Future Part 4? And basically the answer is no, because when you have a series of movies, you're best off with a trilogy. A trilogy has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that's the best. If you do a 4th one, it's just kind of like starting over or going in a different direction. Number 3 is the number of completion for movies, for a series. Even like, for example, Indiana Jones. So you've got the first one that came out in 1981 when I was born. Okay, that's the first one. And then the second one in 1984, Temple of Doom, it's a prequel. And then the next one, 1989, the Last Crusade, that was a sequel to the first one. I can accept that as a trilogy. You had the first one, you had a prequel, and then you had a sequel. See, that's basically where The Godfather was had they never made Godfather 3. Here's what it would have been. It would have been Godfather, one of the best movies ever made, and I agree. Then the sequel, which is what, 3 hours and 20 minutes long? They should have cut that in half. and made it 2 movies. They should have made it Godfather Part 2, where we see what happens next. And then we also have a prequel. That would have been good. I like Robert De Niro showing you how all this started. They could have made, that could have been the trilogy, and it could have been done. So that's what I say they should have done. Which ultimately by default puts Godfather 3 as this aimless, unnecessary 4th in the series that we don't need. Just speaking of Indiana Jones, oh, I forgot to mention the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, didn't I? Exactly, because the 4th one is off track. That's how it works. I mean, even arguably, we could even say that with the Christmas, the vacation movies, with Chevy Chase, 1983, you have Vacation, and what, 1985, European Vacation. And then the 3rd one is actually Christmas Vacation. It's a Christmas. I'll accept that. If you want to have a trilogy, you don't have to have like 1, 2, 3. It can be 1, prequel, 2. It can be 1, 2, Christmas. I'm okay with that. It's still a trilogy. Oh. Here's what I think. I think I'm more bothered by the fact that in The Godfather Part 3, Michael's daughter ends up with her first cousin. I think I'm more bothered. I'm less bothered by that. But I'm more bothered by the fact that when people review the movie, they don't make that the main thing. The main part of the review is we should be freaking out about the first cousin thing.